Hello? Hi, I can't hear you. Kitchen, hold on. Why can't I hear you? Hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you now. This is my new laptop. Anite better like I just downloaded Zoom ke and
Yeah.
it's all acting up. I didn't even realize मेरा China on it. Okay, yeah. I please say it. Kitchen. Is
Okay.
background okay or like
It's completely fine. It's completely fine. Look, my background is a mess too. It doesn't matter. How are
okay.
you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I just came back. We had three dogs dumped at our apartment complex this morning. So they rescue only one out. Anyway, thank you for being here after like scheduling this like what million times.
Yeah, sure. No, I thought it was yesterday, and the specialty something came up really quickly. And
Yeah.
like I texted you, and I gave you that time, but then like because the response was a little later, and my friend asked me like if I could like help him, and that is why like I helped him. And I don't know, like
Yeah.
things happened, and like I could not really like give time. But now
Yeah.
I okay, yeah,
Yeah. We're here now. That's fine.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's all that matters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the first time we're talking like Isari or like, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I think so. But I've seen your like LinkedIn post and this was the Instagram post, and all of them are like super cool. I
Oh,
really love all of them and like all the things that you're doing. I think it's super amazing. So
thank you.
thumbs
Thank
up.
you so much. Thank you so much. Likewise. Yeah, so how we usually do this podcast is like chilled and sunny. We don't really follow like a script or like we don't have a pattern of questions that we follow.
Mm-hmm.
Just we'll just like talk as we would if we were like meeting in person. And it's just that
Uh-huh.
we have like a particular topic we talk about.
Mm-hmm.
Um Before we get started, I just want to tell everyone that I'm back after like a long break and people were asking me like, yeah, did you stop doing it? Especially my mom. She was like, all right, like I'm not gonna do it anymore. But then just want to let you know that I will be doing this as much as I can. And saying maybe not regularly, but whenever I have like guests like you who reach out to me or people who would be interested in like talking about certain topics, I'm always down for it. And I always make time for it. So yeah, just basically introduce yourself, what you do, Ani, let the audience know, the listeners know a little bit about yourself.
Yep. So hi everyone. And hi, I'm Smriti. I say I am working as a therapist, lifestyle health funding company. It's a big corporate mental health setting and then like I just recently graduated like May 2023 I graduated, and then like being an international student, you need to find a job within 90 days after your graduation time period. So they were, let's say these 3 months were ekdamene I don't know, like stressful, overwhelming, and it was not just like one thing because uh my major was social work, so like I also need my social work license and stuff like these kids. So it was ekdamene overwhelming for me. But then finally I got a job lifestyle with a company and then like it's not in St. Cloud. Like I live in St. Cloud. I went to like St. Cloud State University and I say it's in like Minneapolis, Brooklyn Park, but how much? I had like trainings and sessions and my supervisors are like, I did some shadowing and stuff like that. But now say like I really need to, like start seeing my own clients, which is like tomorrow onwards. Okay.
Oh,
So I'm like
okay.
pretty nervous about it and also kind of excited. And my clients are sabi, they are like from 6 to 10 age range ko mancheharu ke bachchaharu. So like it's kind of sad also, but it's also like kind of I'm doing something for them, but like halko pani huncha. Ani yeah, so I'm pretty excited and looking forward. These few months ekdame they've been very challenging and stressful and like life transitioning moments and stuff like that. But then besides, that's just me. I guess that's my introduction.
Yeah, that's amazing. Congratulations on your graduation and the job and starting your own client tomorrow. Congratulations for all of those three things.
Thank
You
you.
know?
Thank you.
Yeah, and yeah, I want to ask you especially about. I mean, I guess you wanted to share that as well about like social work. I know. I mean, I
Mhm.
didn't know you could actually become a therapist with a social major, like social work degree.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can, because like master's degree say it's more clinical ones, I guess. So we have
Right.
to like go through all, I mean, read all the diagnosis and the mental health setting. It's very mental health focused, especially like in the context of America, like US ma चाहिँ एकदमै नै mental health focused हुन्छ masters चाहिँ. अनि social work भन्ने बित्तिकै चाहिँ it's either a therapist, it's either like clinical based social worker हुन्छ के, like
Right.
LCSW भन्ने हुन्छ, like licensed clinical social worker. So it's like therapist नै हुन्छ क्या
Yeah,
social work चाहिँ.
okay.
But then अब नेपालको कन्टेक्स्टमा चाहिँ social work भन्ने बित्तिकै it's mostly related to non-profits, it's mostly related to like politics, government, अनि macro social work body हुन्छ. Whereas अब यता आउने बित्तिकै चाहिँ I had very huge perspective shift when it came to like social work and studying social work. So yeah, that was that.
Yeah, so I was under the impression that you're a therapist, or like if you want to be a counselor, you have to have like a psychology degree or like something like that. But that's great to know. So social work is basically like an umbrella term, and like there's a lot of things that can happen.
Mhm.
But again, as you said, Nepalma social work भन्ने बित्तिकै you think that, oh, समाज सेवा, you just go out there and do things भनेर हैन. So
Yeah.
I think after listening to this, a lot of people, like including me, I didn't know like you could do that with a social work degree. A lot of
Mhm.
people would be aware, and maybe some people who are like trying to choose their career path, they will also get an
Yeah.
idea of what it is like. Um,
Mhm.
do you want to share more about like your student life or like Mintani? I remember when we were chatting about this, you said you had like something to share, your challenges. Uh,
Uh-huh.
yeah. Let us know what do you want to share.
Okay, so like I think मैले चाहिँ धेरै इन्टरनेसनल स्टुडेन्ट्सहरूसँग यहाँ कुरा गरेको धेरै त भन्दिनँ, but like some of the few international students that I've met and had the time to talk to होइन, उनीहरूले चाहिँ सेयर गर्ने कुराहरू चाहिँ एकदमै सिमिलर लाग्न थाल्यो कि मलाई चाहिँ, in the sense that they're talking about the struggles, the mental health, अनि how lonely they are हुन्छ नि initially US मा आउने बेलामा. And even I had to like go through the same situation, and I was like to the point where I think it was like around 4 months after I came here that I deleted all my social media handles, and I was like away for one entire year, okay, because
Um,
I just did not want to be social media mane, and your virtual connections felt ekdamai नै unrealistic to me, okay. Like I really wanted to build organic connections and just be out there, be present हुन्छ नि. And it was like not exactly social media taking toll on my mental health also, but kind of like I don't want to be there खालको के. अनि त्यही feeling of loneliness, because I did my bachelor's नेपालमा हुँदा, अनि when you're doing your bachelor's like undergrad in Nepal, especially social work just the subject ma, you meet a lot of people, okay, you like collaboration, networking, and meeting new people, doing things, like always busy हुन्छ नि, always like around people. It's a very big thing, and I was always like that. But when I came here, I was like एकदमै shift for me के. अनि त्यो कारणले गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ I had to like alikati, like exclude myself from all the crowd and stuff like that. And like I was back into social media, I saw like few of my other friends also like sharing your same kind of struggle. Okay. And especially I also like ग्लोबल एम्बेसेडर भन्ने छ कि एउटा कम्पनी, मिनेसोटा ग्लोबल एम्बेसेडर मिनेसोटा भन्ने एउटा कम्पनी छ. अनि आई वाज लाइक एन एम्बेसेडर देयर, लाइक स्टुडेन्ट एम्बेसेडर देयर. अनि त्यहाँ पनि दे टक अबाउट इन्टरनेसनल स्टुडेन्ट्स, अनि लाइक मेन्टल हेल्थ स्ट्रगल. अब यसै त मेन्टल हेल्थ इज सच ए नट टक्ड अबाउट टपिक. अब
yeah.
युएसमा टक्ड अबाउट टपिक भए पनि लाइक amongst Nepali students still it's not a talked about topic ni ta. Ani plus like being an international student, okay. So like it has been like going through my mind ki aba mero focus say, even though now like I got this job as a therapist, it has always been macro social work, okay. It has been like advocacy and advocating for people and things like that. And jaba like I came here and realized ki oh no, like international students ko lagi ta केही पनि नै छैन, like no mental health, nothing हुन्छ नि. अनि the first shock that I really felt, because म कहिले पनि बाहिर आएको थिएन नि त, like US is the first country that I've been to except India होइन. अनि त्यो job application, I was a GA के in the social work department, अनि त्यो W something like form fill गर्नुपर्छ नि त. अनि त्यसमा चाहिँ I had to like take the thing that said like I'm an alien भनेर के. अनि that is where like wait a minute, what are you talking about? Like, you could just be like a student or, like something, but then an alien, and that was like kind of law, like what is happening, I don't belong here भन्ने भएको थियो त्यो बेला पनि हुन्छ नि अनि even my one of my professors, when I talked to her about like international students like कति गाह्रो हुन्छ, she was like telling me, oh, international students, they come here, but the visa process and everything को बेलामा चाहिँ they say that they can afford to live in the US, but yeah, they say that they're struggling financially. She said it in such a way, and I was like, wait, what are you talking about? भयो त्यो बेला पनि हुन्छ अनि त्यस्तै like not in these people like not finding a platform, especially अब म त like masters को बेलामा आएन, like when I was 23 I came here, but then like but 18, 19, like
That was
kids,
me.
not kids, I mean young people
Yeah.
as 18, 19, they come here and like having to go through all of these and still not finding a place to live, not, I mean, not a place to live, but like, a place to go to when they need help. And also like through my work, I went to this immigrant family and Nepali family नै हुनुहुन्थ्यो अनि मेरो like supervisor ले therapy provide गरिराख्नु भएको थियो उहाँको like sonलाई हैन अनि the father, he never used to talk to the therapist के like my supervisor, but I went there because Nepali family थियो and I was like super excited, oh it's a Nepali family because यता Minnesota special like St. Cloudमा there's no Nepali family के and I really wanted to go there. And म जाने बित्तिकै the father was like so delighted and he started talking to me and the supervisor was like really shocked okay, because he never used to talk to the supervisor, but when I went there he was like very lightened up and talking to me. So like यस्तो प्रभाव के like आफ्नो communityमा like going out there and being able to help अनि यति कति धेरै community छ के अनि like I really want to, I don't know, like I've been thinking about it but still like there's nothing that has come मेरो दिमागमा अहिलेसम्म होइन, but then like wanting to do something especially like related to mental health, like immigrants, refugees, and like these kind of things, especially like in such a level where I'm not just like here and helping people, but also like I'm receiving support from like about from a very government level bottom now, because my focus is really towards macro social work like I said, I know, so I really want to like to be able to do something. And I don't know, maybe like saying this out loud will hold me accountable or something. I don't know,
Yeah.
like it has really been going on in my mind. But then like also because I have my own life and like I said, it has been एकदमै overwhelming and a life transitioning period छ मेरो लाइफमा आफै नै, so I've not been able to give thought towards it, okay.
Yeah.
But then hopefully like sooner or later, if like there will be people hearing me talk about this and like they want to form a community or like they want to collaborate with
Or like,
me.
are you talking about like a support group for people? Okay.
Like kind of like a support group, where we're talking about things and not just this yo kura matra haina ke, there are many other things that I also like wanted to do, not just here but like Nepal mane haina, and especially like mental health, women related issues and all these things so yeah, like some of the things that I truly truly deeply care about Sunny, but like have not been able to do a lot. Yo kura, so like maybe if I talk loud about it, then I'll be
Yeah,
held
just manifest
accountable.
it. Just manifest it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I need to work on it. Hopefully, Bistari, I really believe in going with the flow and not like forcing things in my life. Like I don't believe in that. So hopefully, Sunny, like this will be a platform where maybe like I can reach out or people can reach out to me. So yeah.
Yeah. That's amazing. That's amazing. Earlier you said government, but any help? Did you mean like Nepalese government, or did you
Mm,
mean government
yeah,
here?
kind of, like when I say that, I know it's a very big term and I've not thought about it. Okay, so I don't
Yeah.
want to talk about it because like I don't have
Yeah.
much
But
the
that's
knowledge
that's
on it.
great though. Yeah.
Also,
I think that's great. Like
mm-hmm.
holding like the government accountable for things they should be held
Uh-huh.
accountable for.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, but then like अहिले अब नेपालको politics हेर्ने हो भने भित्र नै there's like so many different things that
Yeah.
this particular like subject would not even like be talked about or included or like mainly because of they don't even see this as an issue, like no one has been maybe there have been people जसले चाहिँ लिएर गएको छ like ओ यो इस्यु हो
Mm-hmm.
मलाई थाहा नभएको पनि हुन सक्छ हैन,
Right.
but then like you need to bring something into light so that people can see it, right? So
Yeah,
त्यो छैन भने चाहिँ maybe just like making an effort to do that. I think that's important. अनि um, मलाई चाहिँ के लाग्छ भन्दाखेरि एउटा कुरा गर्छु भन्ने बित्तिकै चाहिँ गरी हाल्न सकिँदैन जस्तो चाहिँ मलाई लाग्छ कि you need
right.
patience, you need to like plan things out. अनि कसरी गर्छु एउटा टिम हुनुपर्छ त्यस्तो मलाई चाहिँ I feel it in that way, which is why it's kind of like not easy because मान्छेहरू consistent भइदिएन नि त आफू नै consistent हुन पाइरहेको हुँदैन, so things
Yeah.
don't work out that way. But then hopefully अब बिस्तारी, now that like I feel like my life is like getting back together हल्का, hopefully like I'll be able to work on this one now.
Yeah, there's it's a process. It'll take
Yeah.
time. Yeah, I know you'll do it. Um,
Thank you.
you mentioned about social media, right? And I have had like many failed attempts to get off social media, right? I tried deleting Snapchat, but I'm back. I think I was off like almost a year. I wasn't using Snapchat for almost a year, but then I'm back on it. I don't post anything, but I just have it. But I've had the hardest time trying to get off social media, you know. What specifically about social media do you think affected you or is affecting us, especially as like
Mhm,
as young people? You know, what is it they think once, like, we know this is not good for us, we want to be distant from this, right? And I have a few
mhm,
friends who are actually off social, who just got off social media, and they said it's just like a big waste of time, you know. But what exactly is, do you think, is the contributing factor
mhm.
for that?
I think to me it was mostly about like I was not forming connections here. अनि मलाई virtual connectionsहरू पनि एकदमै fake लाग्न थालेको थियो कि that didn't make sense to me, अनि I really also like wanted to be present, okay? I did not अनि I also found myself being mindlessly on social media. तर म चाहिँ like what I used to do was TikTokमा गए पनि like my feed used to be very curated. Okay, I used to see all like creative content and stuff like that. So it was not very हुन्छ नि I'm not seeing good things, which is why I want to get out of social media. भन्ने थिएन के मलाई मलाई चाहिँ it was mostly like I wanted to be present. I just want to be out of social media because एकचोटि चाहिँ मैले January 2020 मा चाहिँ I was out of social media for a month के अनि Bella was the best time period of my life. I still remember because I was out doing things. I was not like constantly using my phone. I used to wake up early. This sounds very, ke bhancha, I don't know, like all the influencer people saying things, but no, okay, trust me. And it was Biano, like I was waking up early, I was sleeping on time, I was not using my phone, I was doing other things and stuff like that. Okay. So Malai like I really wanted to go back to like being that present and being that happy. Okay. So say also like one of the reasons why I deactivated social media or like deleted everything was because okay, like Sunny, I really want to be that present and that happy but it's a
Yeah.
so it was like that, nothing about Sunny or like yeah, I don't know. It was probably that Neola one.
So
So
weren't you
but
tempted to like get back in? No. Oh my God.
never.
I need to take some lessons from you. I get like so tempted. And especially for me, most of the content I put up is like usually about rescuing and about stuff like that. Nani, at a time I thought that I should get off it, but then that's like my main source of providing like concerning the things I'm doing. So yeah, I mean, or I'm just using that as an excuse to not get off social media, you know? But
Yeah.
anyway, but I do find myself like mindlessly scrolling and like spending hours and just
Mm.
wasting time, and that definitely needs to stop. I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, मलाई चाहिँ like I never it's just kind of my nature or something. Like once I set my mind into like हुन्छ नि like I don't want to do this or I want to do this, then like I
Oh,
don't do
very
it or like
strong willpower then. Yeah.
yeah, future, like I think that's something that I really value about myself. Like if I don't want
Yeah.
to do something, like no, like I really don't do it.
Yeah.
So future, it's there. That way it was easy for me because yeah, I say kind of istalaksiki maybe because like I was away from internet and I was like not out there in social media. So I lost connection to no, because I was very active in the social media. Like I used to do tarot, I used to do all these like mental health challenges and stuff like that, social media managed through my Instagram account and things like that. So halka चाहिँ maybe I
Like,
don't know if consistent भइरहेको भए चाहिँ I would have built more into my social media जस्तो नि लाग्छ, but then like
but you
it's just
can't have it both ways. Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
just the social media, really,
Yeah.
like if you want to do good things, you'll do it like without like having social media जस्तो नि लाग्छ मलाई चाहिँ. So yeah, it's nice if it's there, it's nice, if it's not there, it's nice.
Yeah. Yeah. I want to ask you the mental health thing. How did you become like passionate about it, or
Mm-hmm.
when did this start? Like when Sunny, like I need to do something about mental health, or like let me just put it together. Like even social work, when Sunny, how did you like? When did you decide that, oh, I want to do social work, and this is how I want to have my Sunny like career like planned out, or this is where I want to dedicate my life to? How did you like get into
Yeah.
that path?
I mean, with social work, it was a very random decision, because like I did my plus two science, of course, and then like was doing my. I really wanted to be a neurosurgeon, so I was doing
Um,
something like MBBS. The pre-med course really that, but then like I'm so scared of the wounds and stuff. Okay, however, like मलाई चाहिँ ब्रेन सर्जरीहरू एकदमै मन पर्ने के, अनि but like अरू बडी पार्टमा वुन्डहरू भएको चाहिँ मनै नपर्ने होइन. So I was like I cannot do it भएर चाहिँ I did not do, because neurosurgeon hunako लागि त you have to like go through all the process, like you have to be a
yeah,
general doctor first and then you get to be a neurosurgeon, right? And I did not want to go through that. अनि मलाई चाहिँ तर पहिल्यैदेखि चाहिँ बच्चाहरूसँग काम गर्न चाहिँ एकदमै नै मन पर्ने कि I love children, like I love kids, I love working with kids होइन. अनि to the point where like मैले मेरो एसएलसी दिएपछि पनि त्यो 3 महिनाको हाम्रो बिदा हुन्थ्यो नि,
yeah.
त्यसमा नि I went back to my own school and I like taught students के like class 6 सम्म
Um,
बच्चाहरूलाई चाहिँ I gave them value education class for a month. And this was like I love teaching, I love like our working, it's just something that comes very naturally and you don't have to think about like, oh, what I like doing. You don't have to think about it, okay? अनि यस्तै मेरो साथीसँग कुरा हुँदाखेरि चाहिँ she was talking about कसरी चाहिँ सेन्ट जेभियर्समा there's a subject social work, अनि त्यहाँ चाहिँ पाइ भन्ने एउटा इन्स्टिट्युसन छ, थापाथलीको सेटलमेन्ट एरियाको बच्चाहरूले ल्याएर चाहिँ त्यहाँ पढाउँछ बिहान बिहान, लाइक वी गिभ ट्युसन क्लासेस टु दिज स्टुडेन्ट्स भनेर भनेको थियो कि. अनि आई वाज लाइक that sounds really nice,
yeah.
and then like that is the only thing I remember about like why I wanted to like do my bachelor's in social work, okay? But then after I went into the field and then like studied the subject and the community people, then like this big words like empathy, radical acceptance, and like compassionate, like being compassionate, listening stories, being able to like uh, hear like people, and making sure that people have space to like talk about their things, like these all things feel very like my thing के, like feel very
Mhm.
home to me हुन्छ नि, just like being there, being present and being able to listen to people, okay? अनि त्यस पछाडि चाहिँ I realized ki okay, like this is something that I want to like keep on continuing to do. अनि त्यस पछाडि चाहिँ I was like social work has not just been about like one particular thing, okay? Because मैले त्योबाट advocacy नेपालमै हुँदा फेरि पनि like we're doing advocacy, like politically पनि we're not like political party wise active, but then like going protest ma or like about things like these, like being very active, like socially active, but like kind of activism kind of thing. So bistari bistari it all like developed के. अनि हामीले चाहिँ like we had to go to क्याम्प पनि जानु पर्थ्यो हामी होइन, लाइक वी वेन्ट झापा, अनि त्यस पछाडि यस्तो यस्तो ठाउँहरूमा जाँदाखेरि चाहिँ देन यु सी पिपल देयर, देन यु रियलाइज नेपाल इज नट जस्ट काठमाडौँ,
Mhm.
नेपाल इज सो मच मोर देन द्याट हुन्छ. म त लाइक जस्ट एउटा झापा गएर आई फिल लाइक द्याट भनेपछि अरू मान्छेहरू जुन चाहिँ अब कति धेरै ठाउँहरू जानुभएको छ उहाँहरूलाई त झन् दे नो दिस बेटर होइन
Yeah.
मलाई एउटा ठाउँमा जाँदै त त्यस्तो फिल भयो अनि त्यही भएर लाइक अल दिस थिङ्स के जस्ट द एबिलिटी टु फिल एन्ड लिसन टु पिपल एन्ड जस्ट लाइक understand people. I think like
Yeah.
this led me to understand the importance of mental health and um I could relate my subject ani like the community very well banum na ke ani that gave me the strength to understand the community ani like look at the community from the perspective of like oh I want to be a part of like helping this community banne kura ke so it's purely out of we deserve a better world like we deserve a better place to live in it's purely out of that instinct के अनि अब mental health को कुरा गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ अब I did my internship म bachelor second year मा हुँदा mental health setting मा के अनि त्यो point मा त mental health like 2016 back in 2016 17 हैन त्यो point मा त अब mental health was kind of like still is still but त्यो बेला त was more एकदमै नै stigmatized topic to the point कि first ever international mental health नेपालमा नै त्यो conference नै 2017 मा भएको थियो कि I still remember
Um,
because I was a part of that through my organization होइन अनि मलाई पनि अब still I grew up in that society I grew up in the same community right so I was also like डर लाग्ने के अब हुन्छ नि अब I'm working in a mental health setting there are like different kinds of people and all भनेर मलाई डर लाग्ने but then like throughout my internship I got to interact with these people and then like know more about mental health and that was like oh मेरो perception मेरो idea was so wrong like we need to talk about it like these are people and how the society like happens to like treat these people they're like it's so wrong भन्ने कुराहरू चाहिँ realize भएको थियो and then like eventually oh hi
Jolo? No, Baba. Yeah, go on. Sorry, he does
yeah
that.
no
Sorry.
that's okay and
He doesn't
they
want to see
like
your butt.
so yeah it was like a gradual realization of everything just like wanting to keep doing better for the community and just being out there like being me and like being able to help people I think
Yeah,
that is something that's like most important and it just didn't happen overnight it's something that I was able to go out experience feel think about reflect and then like oh yeah this is what I want to keep doing man this
that's amazing. And I feel you. Actually, I've always been like someone who's always been interested in like multiple things, I know.
mm-hmm.
So I don't know, Baba. And at one point, I think plus two Pardani, as you mentioned, many sense it was plus two, right? So
Yes, sir.
I used to see, as you said, the bacha like later they used to like teach and all that. And at one point,
uh,
it actually crossed my mind that I should major in social work. So yeah, it's just I think
mm-hmm.
even though I didn't major in it, I still relate with a lot of things you said, and like having compassion and like making the world better and like just making sure that the world we live in is getting better and like there's like less and less suffering every day. So I definitely like relate to that. And you mentioned this word compassion. I know what does it mean to you when you say compassion?
Uh, I don't know, like the word compassionate to me, it just means like being able to feel things
Yeah.
because like it's too cynical basically this world like to even have the strength to feel things is considered to be something that's like a weakling kind of thing. Eh? अनि त्यही भएर चाहिँ I think like being compassionate is like being able to understand the strength in like what you feel and like just being present and being like able to feel like what's going on around you भनेर okay it
Mhm.
has a lot to do with feeling but in a very like कसरी feeling like एकदम illogical irrational way मा लिन्छ नि but in a very like realizing that's a very rational and a logical thing to do okay like
Yeah.
I think like that's being compassionate and just like when someone is telling their story just being able to be like it's their story and you're just like another listener and you're not like judging it or like anything they're just sharing their story भन्ने खालको के
Mhm.
अनि whatever they're doing it comes from there judgment, it comes from their perspective, it comes from their life experiences and all these things. So just to be able to recognize that, I think it's being compassionate to me.
Yeah, I agree. For me, say so compassion means like causing no harm to me, like on any level to anyone, And I also think
Mhm,
it's a very passive act, like a passive thing, But the world has made us feel like being compassionate, being empathetic, not really empathetic, just having compassion is a very active thing. Like you have to like actively do something
mhm,
funny,
mhm,
but I think like you can still be compassionate without doing nothing or without not doing like a certain thing. Sunny. So it's
mhm,
a very passive thing for me. And that's when I find like in my opinion is very conflicting with my friends or peers. Whenever I bring up like an issue and like I'm still active about like women rights and all that, but a few years back I was like very, very heavily into it and tried to like bring up this like topic, like even if we're like in like sitting in a room like watching TV, I had to bring it up. And
mhm,
I would be so disappointed because people would be like already after life में the returns and कहाँ अर्काको सोचेर बस्न मिल्छ like हुन्छ नि it's just so it's still heartbreaking to me हुन्छ नि like and I understand that people have their own worries and like हुन्छ नि everything that they have to deal with, but like just एउटा conversation गर्न like कति नै energy चाहिन्छ र हैन. And
mhm,
it's such a passive thing. You're not actually going there and like defending the woman who is being beaten up. It's just like it's such it's such a passive thing to do, but still people don't wanna like acknowledge it even. Okay? And
mhm,
I that's why I asked you what does it mean like and as you describe it, as you describe it, it's just being, it's just like feelings, and a lot of
mhm,
people are think that have this like opposing idea. I can't ask like you have to actually go and do like certain things actively, like be there, be
mhm,
out there. But it's not that. It's just I mean it's a very, very passive thing to do, and I think people need to realize that, right?
mhm. Yeah, that opened a new perspective in my dimag. I think that makes complete sense. Like, just having this urge to like, or अब हामीलाई त लाग्छ नि केही गर्नुपर्छ, केही गरेन भने के नै हुन्छ भन्ने
Yeah,
खालको. But then you also have to realize that you cannot take the weight of the world on your shoulder. Okay? Like you cannot do everything, you know.
you cannot. Yeah,
But just like understanding what's happening out there, that's also like taking a step हुन्छ नि. अनि like maybe अब मैले कति धेरै पोस्टहरू राखिरहेको हुन्छ सोसियल मिडियामा. अब I'm not there in Nepal doing anything, right?
yeah,
But then like even like posting and making more people aware and know about it, so that maybe they might be able to like get some things done.
exactly.
I think that's also like doing something, you know. So yeah, interesting how you brought that thing up.
Yeah. And I agree with the post thing. Zoro no Baba, let's go down, maybe. It's not time for love. Okay. Uh, yeah, even the posting thing, I used to, so I am like a social media butterfly. In a literal
Uh-huh.
sense, like I'm on social media a lot. Like I wouldn't say I'm like there all day, but I try to put my thoughts out there very openly. I'm like I like being vulnerable on social media, and I think it helps a lot of people. I've always been like that, especially like maybe 11, 12 tira, or like in my late teenage. I was like, I used to post literally everything. And after
Mm-hmm.
one point, when I started being like very vocal about issues, I used to post like literally everything, like everything, every little thought I used to share it. And I used to get a lot of backlash on it. And like people saying, oh, like, how can you say that? Or a lot of like people who used to uh,
Mm-hmm.
talk badly about what I had posted, you know. But
Mm-hmm.
now I really like I always say like when I guess like my friend group has also matured and people that I have actually like I'm friends with on social media, they've also matured or something. But I can really see how it's going through. I get a lot of response from people saying, "Oh, the thing you posted really helped me," or like, "Unsani," like even like my
Mm-hmm.
vegan stuff, Unsani. Even though a lot of people like I have like many people have unfollowed me because of that, but
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
like my actual friends have unfollowed me, and I don't mind it. Listen, it's their feed, they can do whatever they want. But even like 4 or 5 people who have actually had impact and who said, oh, I went vegetarian, or like I stopped eating like pork or whatever, it still makes a little bit of difference, and that's what counts, and that's what keeps me going. And as you said,
Yep.
like even if you are not physically doing something, you never know how you're changing your life, changing
Mm-hmm.
somebody's life, or changing somebody's thought process. Okay,
Yep,
I mean,
definitely.
like I'm huge on that. Like I've said this like for like I've been saying this for a long time, that if you use social media in the right way, it's the best tool. And
Yeah,
especially for
definitely.
me, like now that I'm so much into rescuing and all that, I live on social media. And if I
Mm-hmm.
like wasn't able to network with people, I wouldn't be helping like so many animals. So
Definitely.
you definitely need like need to use it the right way. And as you said, even if you are not physically doing something, you never know
Mm-hmm.
what like
Yep.
what will come out of it.
And also, I'm a vegetarian too. I mean, yeah, it's been like मेरे diet has been very fluctuating के पहले ने अनि like I don't like eating meat. Like I don't eat meat अनि त्यसपछि yeah, not wanting to share it here, but I'm a vegetarian
That's
too.
amazing. That's amazing. I like to hear that. Um, yeah, and I mean, I know I don't want to make this like a vegan podcast, but whatever. But like, a lot of people ask me, "Oh, like, like, how's it going? Was it tough?" Like, the only answer I have is the biggest regret I have about veganism is not going vegan sooner. And then I
Mhm.
wish like
Yeah.
when I know
Mhm.
the reality, and I was like, what the hell was I doing?
Uh-huh.
Anyway,
That's a
that's a
different.
different podcast altogether, you
Uh-huh.
do you want to add anything else about mental health or anything like that? Because mental health, again, it's a stigma, and I see a lot of people recognizing it, but still, it's more like concerning getting on the bandwagon saying, "Oh, I'm for all for mental health," but then still treating people like shit in real world, concerning, and it's just like this contrast. You're posting
Mm-hmm.
about mental health, this that, but then you're not actually there for your friends. You're actually talking shit about people. You're not treating people right, and I think that needs to be kind of included in that conversation, just being sunny, kind and nice. And
Mm-hmm.
mental health is not
Mm-hmm.
just this like it's in one stamp, like this particular person
Mm-hmm.
just sunny gets out of nowhere. It's just like a process, and we're all a part of that, right? um
Yep.
and I think that needs to be talked about. So what do you have to say about that?
Um, I- the only thing that I think I want to say is everyone is fighting their own struggle. Like everyone is in their own journey. So like be as authentic as you can be in your life journey. Ani, it's just one life you get. Like it's just one life. You once it's over, you know. They were like romanticized life. I know like it sounds really
Cheesy, but
everyone, yeah, everyone says that kind of thing, but I'd say, like fall in love with yourself. And it's a process. It does not, like, just because I said fall in love with yourself doesn't mean that I also like I'm very much deeply in love with myself, or like things like that. But make an effort, because it's just one life, right? So they will make an effort to know you, make an effort to understand yourself, and then you'll like eventually build this perspective to understand the community around you, people around you. But then, like, first be there for yourself. It can be tough at times, challenging at times. अनि अब मलाई पनि थाहा छ, किनभने मलाई पनि गाह्रो भएको बेलामा कसैले मलाई चाहिँ love yourself, be there for yourself भन्यो भने के भनिरहेको छ यो मान्छेले हुन्छ होइन. But then like once you're kind of over that phase, अनि त्यस पछाडि like you are reflecting on your life, then make wise choices for yourself. अनि yep. And if there's like anything, like if this is like reaching out to people, and if they want to like talk about anything with me, then like I am always open to conversations, especially around like mental health, or just like international social work, or just anything. I love talking about anything and everything. So yeah, if you just want to talk and communicate, then you can just like, I
yeah,
don't know. I'm
just
always open.
yeah, DM on Instagram. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
I found that a little difficult to say because I don't know. Again, like after not having used social media for a year, I'm kind of like, do I post this on social media? Do I not post this? And so त्यस्तो चाहिँ
Mhm.
भइरहेको हुन्छ क्या मलाई.
Yeah,
अनि I'm not that very active also.
yeah,
अनि खालि I just post myself on social
yeah.
media. That's kind of like fun to do, but other than that, like not really. So yeah, you can just like reach out to me. That would be awesome. Like networking and stuff, I really love that. So
Great. Yeah, and I think same goes for me. Anybody who's listening this who's like of course, like don't send me like weird messages and sending, but then I don't welcome those. But of course, when we talk about something like incident that's like that you're struggling with, you need help with anything, I'm always open to that. And I'm kind of the opposite. Like I don't struggle like post karam ki nagaram. I post it like I post literally everything unsa ni.
Aha,
And
aha,
then
aha.
later I'm like, you post nagan then sometimes I delete, but then that's just me. And I think I need to control that because
Mhm.
yeah, whatever. But yeah, that's a good note to end on, I think. Smriti, do you have anything else you want to add or anything like we didn't talk about?
No, I think like we did touch upon like sabai kuraro alka alka bhai pani we touched upon it. So like अब यदि त्यहाँबाट नै like if you know like there would be many more conversations emerging from like all the things that we talked about today, and that'd be great, Ani. Yep. So like it would be great like if people would reach out and like want to talk more about it, because one of the reasons why I also said I wanted to do this is kind of I wanted to reach out to like more people and like share what's going on in my mind, so that like
Yeah.
another person can be like, oh hey, I was also thinking this, and then maybe we can like talk together about it or work together on it and like things like this. So yeah,
Awesome.
thank
Thank you. Thank you so much, Smriti. And it was so lovely like to talk to you. And you're an amazing, beautiful person. And
you.
I hope we get to, like we've never met in person. That's so weird.
Yeah,
Hopefully we'll get to meet in person and do this in person.
hopefully.
Send you a puri
Yeah,
podcast to be on,
definitely. Yeah,
hopefully, right? Yeah, so that's it. Thank you so much, Smriti. And
yeah.
thank you everyone for listening to the podcast. And we will see you whenever like I get a chance to shoot another one or whenever I have another guest over. All right. Thank you everyone. Bye.